Well, that's what
we still have
Here we are in London. We had just arrived today, and we're at Charlotte's house. Do you want to say something, either of you?
Yes, I'm so pleased to have you here. I wish it was under politically happier circumstances, but we'll make the best of it. We'll get around.
Hi, this is my cousin Anne. Do you want to say?
George! Just go over.
I think he did do a really obvious thing. So anyway, he's very
going back a bit, a long time.
which is really nice. He's very
Right now, and we're
There's a really old
we're in the
house with like a movie.
we're in the village right now.
We should put some money in school, I think.
And it's in George of England, right? But it's and
And the flag is at half-mast.
Huh?
The flag is at half-mast.
Legs at half mast.
Typical little village. It's nice. The British people are
There's a very pretty lake in the middle. You can see the house. Well, this is part of the house. This is the family house, isn't it?
How old is this house, Elsa?
I think it's at 17. Didn't it say 17th century in the National Trust book?
And all those relatives that visit you, you could put them up here.
Elsa, did you say this belonged to one family?
Yes, yes. Well, now it belongs to the National Trust. All the top probably was where the servants lived.
What's the National Trust, Elsa?
National Trust is a public body that preserves land and buildings in England, like the English heritage. And you cannot build on National Trust land, and it's open to the public. And people, they have footpaths, for instance, all around the coast of England. It's all National Trust land. And people leave their houses or land to the National Trust to avoid death duties. This house, we took the footpath and leave the soul on it. Let's go down to the left.
Sally's gonna buy them. Because you have all these house guests. You could put them up better here. And, you know,
This is
get
what
you a maid.
About basically, it deals with a book where Capability Brown was mentioned, but really what he was sort of famous for was not mentioned in the book, in this novel basically. And when Elsa said this is Capability Brown's landscape, I'm trying to see what is so unusual about it. Of course, you've got a massive flat area, a lake, and some trees which are more or less not within a certain, in a natural way. And nature will be just irregular and so on. And this is what it is.
Are you, are you enjoying your day here in Petworth?
Beautiful. No, those are ducks. That's not a goose.
Oh, that's an ordinary duck, but there was some penguins.
Quack, 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 quack. Josh, you would like it. I think this would be perfect.
19th century mansion set in a 700-acre deer park, landscaped by Capability Brown and immortalized by Turner's oil paintings.
Oh, too bad you can't see them then.
Fine.
It's amazing. Well, that's the way. Very kind of you to let us
Oh,
come.
you're very welcome. This is the living room, the main sort of living room.
Yeah, we used to.
I don't know what you did here
Well,
when your
this-
time.
I wasn't allowed in here. That's
Oh, right. Oh, right. Gosh.
just Mr. and Mrs. Sidebotham, and she always sat there and knitted.
Oh,
She
right.
was a wonderful. She made the most beautiful pullovers.
Uh-huh.
You know, or what do you call it? Sweaters.
Uh-huh.
And he would sit and read.
Mhm.
But there were a lot of children here because it was wartime. You know, they took in a lot of
I
children.
didn't realize that.
And we were not allowed in here.
All right. Well, come along and see.
I told him.
All right. All right. This was the vicar's
Oh,
study, or the
yeah.
vicar's whatever.
Oh, now it's your study,
And,
right?
and the vicar used to sort of meet people, I guess, here. So you used to come in the front door, from what I understand, and you could come right into a study.
Right.
So that it's
Yeah, you would have to come into the house.
right,
not really,
exactly.
yes.
Now I'm not sure. Was the bay window here when you were here?
I don't think I
No.
know.
Room. When your mother was here, and when we first came here, it was also, I think, the dining room. That was the intention of it. But as you see, well, we changed a little bit about the house. Not an awful lot, though. It's basically the same house.
Is there anything new going on?
That's,
You have
keep track of it.
CNN or...
We do, yes, yeah.
That's good. She knows better to explain.
Now, what do you remember the dining room?
Sure, it was a big... Seems like, remember like last night at Charlotte's? A big table like that. And on Sundays, everybody was allowed to be in the dining room. Otherwise, we children ate in the kitchen.
I didn't say this was the vicarage you stayed in 1940.
No.
39.
Maybe 40, yeah.
And you stayed here with
I only stayed here maybe 2 months, but Eva, my sister, stayed here the whole time. And they were wonderful people, really.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
to take
Anything
us
we
in,
hear
you
about,
know.
they were wonderful
Especially
people.
he was such, I still see him, you know, he was kind of
Thin.
gaunt
Yeah.
looking, you know,
Well-
and he had the collar like a minister.
Yeah. Well, you know, you asked about Jill.
Yeah, the daughter.
She died
Oh.
about, I'll say 5 years ago.
Oh.
And did you know Stephen?
Yes,
There was
that
a
was
son.
the little kid.
Now, okay, Stephen is in Hong Kong at the moment.
Oh.
And he became a minister as well.
He did.
Yes, and he went to Hong Kong years ago when he was a younger man, and I think he became Bishop of Hong Kong,
Wow.
or a church. And he came to our parish here and spoke about his healing ministry.
Oh.
Now, what was this when you were
That's,
here?
I'm trying to think what it was. Maybe that might have been where the children, do you think?
No.
Seems to me like I ate in the kitchen.
Okay, well, this was the kitchen.
Oh, that's it. You
This
know?
was the kitchen. This was
Yeah.
the old kitchen.
Yeah, and there was like an old wooden stove, you know.
Right, well, there was here, before the fireplace, there was what they call, the English call an aga. You know, one of these great big.
Oh, they're very much in fashion again,
Yes,
aren't
exactly. A big range, you know, that you know, sort of it heats the house. You can cook
Yeah,
on it.
that's
it does.
it. That's
you know,
why we sat in here. It was
it's
really
lovely and warm. Lovely
Yeah.
and warm. Well, this was the kitchen, and the sink was there under the window, looking out into the back garden.
yeah, exactly.
And then it had the open. This was here, the open
That was
hutch.
open. Yeah.
Yes, and that's still the same way. We just changed the color of it. It was a, you know, sort of an open hutch for all the kitchen cutlery and dishes and whatever. And then we had an open fireplace put in and took out the aga. It didn't
You
work
just
after all
kept
those
it up
years.
so beautiful.
But yes, basically it's the same house.
It is, but you did a lot of changes.
Well, a
It
little
looks
bit.
lovely.
Now here, this room here is what they called the butler's pantry.
Oh yeah.
Not that I think they ever had a butler, and we certainly don't have a butler. But it's a lovely sort of lots of cupboards and whatever. And this room is where Reverend Sidebottom used to milk his cows, from what I understand, before this was the dairy.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm
So
not.
now it's the kitchen.
Now it's the
That
kitchen.
was the kitchen.
Yeah, and we just decided, well, it used to be, it still is very nice, but we used to have cattle out in the field. So it's very nice. But with foot and mouth disease, there's nothing, you know, it's just an open field now.
That's amazing, isn't it?
But yes, this was the, from what I understand, where he processed his milk.
Yeah, yeah. And they made wonderful cream.
Oh, right.
Yorkshire cream.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yes. Well, I only heard about these things. I don't know. And I presume he kept cows out in this
That's where they
fields.
were.
Right,
Uh-huh.
right.
And my older sister, she learned to milk them, but I didn't have to. I was too little, I guess.
Right, well, there.
And I would sit here and read for hours.
All right.
Where, Mom?
Right here. I didn't have such a nice soft pillow.
Why don't you sit down, Mom?
Have a seat and.
I used to, and it was always warm, you know, like the sun.
Oh, yes, yes,
yeah.
it's a lovely spot. Lovely spot.
Because the house, they didn't have central heating, obviously.
Right, right.
And then I would sit here and warm up. So this is a bedroom too?
I'll bring you through the other
Oh,
side.
okay.
This is the master bedroom, which I
No,
presume
we
is
did
where.
not have.
This is the master
Yeah.
bedroom of the house, and I presume it always was.
Right, right.
Yeah, so I'm sure that was Reverend Sidebottom and
this
Mrs.
is
Sidebottom.
yeah.
Right. This is, I'm sure this was a bedroom, but this is, you
Yeah,
know,
no, it wasn't that large.
this is another office that we,
Maybe
you know,
the
sort of keep.
grandparents stayed here.
Right.
I don't recall.
Nice
You have
big
so
room
many
as well.
Books. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's kind of a library come office.
That's
So,
great.
this is, presumably was a bathroom in your
Yeah,
time?
it was a
Okay,
bathroom.
so still a bathroom.
But that wasn't like this. That's so nice.
Right, well, yeah.
Everything is so pretty, isn't it, Elsie? You know, this might have been.
Was this it?
Because my sister and I shared it. You know, this looks like it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was a fireplace in it,
Yeah, what a fireplace, yeah.
Right.
which we hardly ever used. I don't think they used it.
No, we,
Would bring up a hot water bottle
mhm.
just for my sister, not for me. And then that's how we kept warm. But we had separate beds.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I
Is-
think they were more like this.
Is this where you said you had to share the bath water?
Oh yeah, we did. We had, because there was the war was short.
How many people would share the same bath water?
Well, at least 4 or 5.
Oh, boy.
And my sister, she would go in first, and then probably I forget. One of them was called Joyce. They were nephews and nieces. They were all relatives. I
Oh,
think.
right, oh, right. Uh-huh. How did you happen to come here?
Well, my sister, they hired her like to help in the house,
Oh, right.
and because we came by ourselves from Germany at the time, and he took her in,
Yes.
and she didn't have to pay anything, but she had to do some
Give-
work. She
give
learned to
hand.
milk the cow,
Right.
and her job was to take care of that Stephen.
Oh, right.
I have to tell her that he's now
A
very
canon or
important.
whatever.
Yeah.
I forget what his title is. He has
whatever
some
she
title.
did was, he was the cutest little boy. And they had a dog, and Stephen and that dog, and then Eva would take him for a walk.
And now, where's Eva? Is she in America?
Yeah, she
Oh,
lives close to me.
Oh, how nice. So lovely.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wonderful.
when he,
She lived here for about 15 months, she said.
yeah, she
Oh,
was
gosh,
here
uh-huh.
alone, and she, well, those other two, forget the Peter, the son who
Peter
died.
Lawford. Oh, no, Peter Sidebottom.
He died in the war, and then Jill,
I didn't.
and they were away in boarding school,
Oh,
and
right.
only
I
that
didn't-
little
yeah.
Stephen was home.
I didn't realize that there was a Peter in that
Yeah, he
family
died
until you mentioned, or your son
in the
mentioned it.
submarines.
Oh my.
At the very beginning of the war.
How sad. How sad.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
8 bedrooms. though.
In this bedroom, I always thought this was used as the nursery because there's a little, slide here so that you could,
Maybe
so that.
that's true. That little boy, he was very little.
Oh, right. So
Stephen,
maybe he was in here. You could keep.
And Eva would have been close to him.
Yes, you could
at
keep
night.
this, to protect the child from coming out at night.
You don't remember if he slept next to you? Who slept in the room next to you?
No, but that's probably true.
Yeah. Now, how many children were in the house?
Oh, a lot. That there was that. Well, their own child, Stephen, myself,
Yes.
and a girl called Joyce, and Enid. I think they were
Uh-huh.
two sisters.
Right.
They were mean to us.
Oh dear. Oh
That's
dear.
what I. And there must have been a couple more.
All right.
I mean, we had a big table in the kitchen, and the maid was called Lily.
Oh,
I
yes.
remember, and we wouldn't get like my sister would get high tea, like a regular
Oh,
kind
yes.
of a
Oh,
meal,
yes. Uh-huh.
and we would get bread with butter and jam.
Uh-huh.
Things you remember from when you were child.
Gosh, I'll show you. And the attic upstairs, we have 3 more rooms, but we just use them for storage.
And maybe there's some other kids might have.
Yeah.
I remember children running all over the
Oh,
place.
right.
A
Well,
lot
as I
of
say,
kids.
we just kind of store
But when
things.
you
up
think
there, don't
about
use
what a
them.
kind man he was.
Wasn't he good?
Because I think about it myself sometimes. What if something happened? Well, like right now, maybe, was that
Yes.
another war? Would I take in some strange? Well, some of those were his relatives, but my sister and I, we were strangers.
Oh, I think we all would. I
Would
think
you
we
do?
would.
I think the English people would. They're so good people.
They are
I don't
good.
know
What do
about
you think of
Americans.
I think Americans
They're
are good.
kind of selfish, I believe. What do you think, Joy?
I think it's an individual decision.
But when you see, when I watch CNN now and you see the outpouring of sympathy and also now money
Really?
for the
Because we
firefighters.
haven't-
job. But the walls were sound when we bought it.
Well, this looks wonderful, but all the furniture just fits in perfectly.
Right, thank you.
Where do you live in London?
The walls, the pipes had burst.
It wasn't here. The terrace wasn't here when you were here, but it's a little bit unstable there.
Careful.
You be careful.
Oh, that's a little tree.
That's a little cosmos that, just seeded itself. It'll eventually have flowers, but it's a little slow in coming up. I think all this grew up because when I looked
that
at
I remember,
Yeah.
that type of tree.
your photograph, my husband's building a summer house.
Oh, he's doing it.
Yes, and he has a little bit of help. In fact, one of his helpers is Harold Offrey, Peter's brother. Gives him a hand with it. Now, what else? Do you remember where the cows were?
Well, they were put away.
Right, okay, well, come have
And
a look
also,
where the cows
I
were.
was telling her we were able to use their pony.
Oh, right.
They had a
And where
pony,
did it go? In
And
this field?
there was a tree, and it always went to the same tree.
Well, this tree here in the center, there was a tree there.
That's the one,
That
the
came-
center one.
Yes, it came down in 1987.
Oh, that's the one.
Yes,
right
that's
there.
it. Yeah. We had a hurricane here.
No kidding.
Believe it or not, Britain never had a hurricane until 1987. And the tree, it was a cedar of Lebanon. And the cedar of Lebanon
That
came down.
pony. When I said it, drink from the tree. And then I would go around and around the tree, and then I had the hardest time. Finally, I learned how to move that pony out of it.
So that's the remains of the tree, but it was a beautiful tree. It really was. When we were here, when we
What
first
was it?
came,
The big storm?
Cedar of Lebanon in '87, that tree came down, but it was fantastic.
Yeah, that must have been.
This willow is new because the vicar came back. I'm trying to think which vicar it was. Not Sidebottom, he was dead, I guess, but one of the later.
But
The
they got
trouble
a
is
place
still
to
the
live.
upkeep of, very often the upkeep of the vicarages. They have these beautiful houses, often they go with their stipend and they can't keep them up.
Yes, it's a shame. It is a shame.
Because this was just beautiful.
In fact, the man that left, the vicar before we moved in, well, he could only heat a few rooms. It was just himself and his wife and mother-in-law. But, they lived in just a few rooms because to heat a house like that is even costly. So even though they gave him a little bit of
I was going to say it must be winter because, war started in September. You didn't come straight away, did you? Because you didn't...
When they closed that boarding school we were in, then my father said, what does he do with me now?
I see, they closed the boarding school.
Yeah, we couldn't
But he
stay
left
near
it.
the English Channel.
And you be careful not to slip up.
But maybe this is where the horse
And this
was.
is where the horse was and where, if he had a cart, he kept his cart. So the horse and cart was here, plus the cows and the bull.
That's
so-
right. Oh yeah, I know they had a bull.
Yeah.
He was scared to death of that bull.
If you come along
And what are they Are they converting it into
into a
cottage?
house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how interesting.
And this is where the cows were in here.
Uh-huh.
And until very recently, there was with the milking stand where they stood up to be milked, so that there was a platform where the cows, stood up to be milked. And there was a partition here, and the bull was on the other side of the partition. He was over here. Right. And that big feeder, I guess, is they used to put his, store his hay or whatever he ate, and I don't know what they use the outer part for. And then if you come further,
They're going to make this into like a little house to
Yeah,
rent out.
they're very desirable, these converted barns. And
this is where the hello.
I'm just making the tea.
Oh, enjoy yourself.
Making 2 cups.
Oh, that's fine. You take it. I'm going to make tea for these people in a minute. In here they had his cart, or carriage or whatever, and then in recent years it was the garage of the vicar.
We used a cart.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's where he stored it. And what else? Okay.
And now that's where the big car would live.
Right,
now.
and that's where the orchard was. If you remember, if you went to
Oh,
pick
yeah.
fruit, there
Lots
was
of apple trees.
yes, well, beautiful apple trees, and all the fruit trees were there, and they lifted or uprooted all those trees to make room for the
And they
vicarage.
kept the apples maybe in that pantry or maybe out here they kept the apples,
right.
they would keep for the
Berries, like you said that they had berries here that you used to pick?
No, but those aren't berries. Those are not berries, but they were growing more way out in the hedges.
You get out to the country yourself a lot.
This is how the vicarage looked 60 years ago.
Yeah, 60 years. Isn't it? No, 19.
And here
61.
is the present day vicarage, and it looks the same except for the lower window on the right has been put in recently.
Over the years.
The son who died should be on there, shouldn't they?
No, now that's just its history from the Bronze Age forward.
Oh,
You'll
that's
see.
Oh,
not-
I see, look
Yeah.
at this.
What went on here.
Oh my gosh.
So when you were here, 37, it was fruit and dairy farming.
That's true.
And that was
yeah,
true, right.
Yeah.
But there were great big glass works here, and in fact when they dig up, like around the coach house now, they still...
He was, I'm
Telephone.
Jewish, so he...
Did he take you to church?
No, yeah,
Oh, he
that's what I
didn't.
was thinking. He was so, I don't know, not
Tolerant.
tolerant, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, if you want to, you can come to church, but you don't have to. And
I
I never
understand
did
that.
go to church, but
Yeah,
he was
very
I know
understanding.
other people would have said, yeah, you live here, you go to church.
Yes.
Where are we right now? In the middle of
churchyard.
the churchyard?
Now this is just the, another green, and it's kind of the center, almost the center of the village, or the upper part of the village. And across here, on the other side of the tree is a nice pub. And I don't know if it was a pub when you were here, was it?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I thought you wouldn't have been allowed in those.
No, I guess not.
In those days anyway, you wouldn't have gone because of course in those old days, ladies never went into it.
Oh, right. Well, the half moon it's called.
What is it called?
Half moon. Half moon. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, now, here's the people lost in the Second World War. Yeah.
Well, maybe
Right
here
here.
it is. PM side
Right.
Russia.
And I think Thompson's, Reg Thompson, the grocer, lost a son as
yeah.
well.
Can you imagine such a little place? And
To lose, and look at what they.
And it just the thing was turned out. But then St. Paul was not destroyed. And I said, then it was the old St. Paul was destroyed in the fire. And then this one was built.
Over there's JFK Airport.
Hey. This is David Mendelsohn.
We've got some Paul's just over there. A nice train, British Rail train over there. London bus down there.
We're on the London Eye.
Yeah, on the London Eye. Big Ben.
Post office tower.
When we come down, we'll have something to eat. We'll decide what we do.
That's St. Paul's Cathedral.
Don't worry about the globe pages, nice. Actually, possibly.
It's still far away. Watch the pictures they have.
This is Buckingham Palace.
So it's on this is where overlooking.
Look at this little circular thing in the middle of that.
This is Downing Street.
Up there, okay, and then you go past that horse guards. It's
Decide where we're going.
That's Canary Wharf, the largest building in
The
London.
Globe Theatre.
Some American guy by London Bridge, and they built it. Where did they build it? Brick by brick.
And there was another
Because the London County Council was very left. Like,
Ah, you can see it! You see your neck! Are you sure you don't want to put on this?
but there was a lot in your papers about this place when it was
Hi,
open.
Becky.
Hi.
Where are we right now?
We're in the Tate Modern, London.
And who's the architect?
I don't know. Oh, the architect
Yeah.
of this, Gilbert Scott. Who's asking me, Johnny?
Who was the architect?
Gilbert Scott.
You having a good time?
Ah, for the
You want to say hi
power
to You want to say
station.
hi to Sue, David?
I don't know. I don't know.
Not power station, but who reconverted
I don't
into art
know.
gallery.
You want to say hi to your
I have no
cousins in
idea.
America?
Unfortunately.
Hi cousins, how are we?
let's not looking at it. It's not. It's just it's a very muddy floor. That's not good. No, really not at all. It's a muddy. Do it the other way.
Hi, Johnny.
All right.
This is the last day of our vacation with Mom, and I'm in the backyard of the Shamash's garden. Before we leave, I thought this would be nice to take film of. There's one garden, and then it continues on in this direction. Here's a pathway to the back part of the garden. Here's a view of their house. Today is September 16th, 2001. Now we're going to leave for the airport. Passing over Greenland. Descending back to Los Angeles, the end of our vacation.